first worked at a cafe. It was in my hometown and I was fresh out of school. I was working for like a month when I came in for my shift one day and they told me, "Oh no, you're not working today." And I was confused and asked when I was going to be working, and they told me not at all, it seems like. At this point, I haven't even gotten an official contract, but I guess I wasn't going to get one after that either. So after that, I wanted to get my paycheck for the month I worked there. I called them and they scheduled a meeting when I could pick it up. When I came down to the cafe, my boss wasn't there. The waitress told me she forgot. We were scheduled to another day, but she forgot again, apparently. The cashier told me I could wait half an hour so I could get feedback. I said, "No, just give me my money," and then she just handed me an envelope with loose cash. A few years later, I was working at a student bar below the flat I was living in. Pretty much every time I worked, this guy came in and only ever ordered sparkling water. He always talked about his website with the URL money, but in German, which was an invitation to his birthday with conditions like having to wear a funny hat, bringing a funny hat for him as a gift, and a voluntary minimum donation to him of 50 euros. I saw him a year later on the train, and now he only celebrates half birthdays instead of the whole ones. Another bar I worked at, I think it was a Saturday, some fast fashion shop from nearby booked the bar for their work party. So at some point everyone, including the staff, is drunk. Some people are doing karaoke, some are doing other things. And I'm behind the counter and the manager of that business comes up to me and says he wants to read me because he apparently did some psychology classes during business school. So he just started screaming at me, "Why are you so insecure? Why are you so insecure?" And I just said, "I don't know, am I?" He started babbling about how my parents are probably divorced, which they aren't, and that I'm an only child, which I'm not, and how I got bullied in school, which I wasn't. And at some point, he was just kind of done and moved on and tried to read the next bartender he saw. At that same bar, my friends and I asked if we could host an event with DJs and visuals, so we agreed on us getting the money from the entry fees and then keeping all the money from drinks and food. There was a decent amount of people there and we were going to get the money transferred sometime later. Then after a while, they texted me about how people didn't drink that much and that the bar is having a bit of a rough time anyway, so could we just give up a bit of the money? After talking about it, we reluctantly agreed and sent them the invoice. After not hearing much or getting brushed off for a couple of months, the boss finally said we will get it transferred until Wednesday, or I can come down there and pick it up in cash. That Wednesday, I get a voice message from him saying he just declared bankruptcy, and now legally he's not allowed to send us the money anymore. They closed shortly after, so there was a happy ending after all.